Okay, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I trust everybody enjoyed their dinner last night. Looks like many did. So thank you for being here. We got a very interesting day, so we better crack on with a welcome from the Minister of Communications and then 3 panels. And then we have the final of Miss Geek Ghana, which I'll brief you more as the morning goes on. And we're going to find out the young lady who will represent Ghana in Miss Geek Africa next year. I won't go into any more comment now, but a very exciting event that's going to be happening, and it will involve audience participation in voting. So just for the moment, I'm just going to say good morning, a lovely morning to you all, and I think we should all give a warm welcome to one of our most important and esteemed hosts, the Honourable Minister of Communications for Ghana, Honourable Ursula Owusu-Ekuful. Please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised to see some of you here. I thought you'd be sleeping it off. I trust you had a good time last night. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, directors of African Brains, we all know education is the bedrock of development for any society, and innovation is a driver of economic growth. With ICTs as the catalyst, various sectors of an economy can be transformed to create richer, stronger, more developed and inclusive economies. We in the Ministry of Communications are focused on utilizing ICTs and providing the digital infrastructure for improved efficiency of service delivery, with a particular emphasis on rural and underserved communities, digital and financial inclusion, narrowing the gender digital divide, and creating opportunities for the youth. Both His Excellency the President and my friend the Minister for Communications have enumerated the giant strides this government has made in the educational sector, so I won't bore you with repetitions. They are all part of the ambitious transformation agenda being implemented currently to realize the vision of a Ghana beyond aid, so eloquently articulated by the President yesterday. Indeed, we want a prosperous, self-assured Africa beyond aid. Several projects are being implemented by the Ministry of Communications and its agencies in the following areas: policy and regulation, ICT infrastructure development, universal access initiatives, ICT capacity building, data management, e-governance, cybersecurity awareness, and preparedness. We believe in breaking down the silos and working as one government, and so the ministry actively collaborates with and facilitates the work of all other ministries, departments, and agencies, including those in the educational sector. The Ghana government has also instituted the National Electronic Identification System and the National Digital Property Address System to serve as an information hub for the identification and location of people and places in the country. Our mobile money interoperability program has also deepened financial inclusion, provided a seamless transfer of funds between different service providers, mobile money service providers, mobile wallets, and bank accounts, and made Ghana the fastest growing mobile money market on the continent. These 3 initiatives, the EID, Digital Property Address System, and the Mobile Money Interoperability Platform, form the bedrock of our emerging digital economy. By the end of this year as well, an electronic platform for the payment of all government goods and services provided by all ministries, departments, and agencies will be in place to promote efficiency and transparency in revenue collection and transition us to a cash-light society, improving the security of transactions as well. I'm sure the petty thieves will not be very happy about that, since they won't find so much cash in the system for them to steal. Many of these initiatives, in fact, all but one, were developed and implemented by local Ghanaian IT firms. In conjunction with the Ministry of Finance as well, we've set up a common monitoring platform to monitor communications traffic, provide revenue assurance, mitigate fraud in the telecom sector, and monitor mobile money transactions as well, to assist the National Communications Authority and the Ghana Revenue Authority with their regulatory functions. The NCA, our regulator, has also set up type approval and conformance laboratories to ensure that electronic communications equipment manufactured or imported into the country for sale or use are in conformity with national and international standards for the safety of users, networks, and the environment, as well as provide the requisite quality of service. These 4 laboratories are also being used by the ITU as a regional training center for its operations on the continent. And to streamline the efficient use of the national spectrum resources and ensure value for its use, a broadcasting audit system has also been established. We're putting in place a national government cloud infrastructure to support both the public and private sector with cloud computing. And we have rolled out several e-government services, including e-justice, e-procurement, e-immigration, e-parliament, and e-registrar to automate business registration processes. Other initiatives are at various stages of completion. On universal access, the Smart Community project we've implemented is designed to provide affordable or free Wi-Fi internet services to unserved and underserved communities around the country. And we're also implementing a rural telephony project to extend the coverage of mobile telephone services and data to all the 20% of our population that currently do not have access to basic telephony. We're focused on capacity building in ICTs as well. And as even the Universal Service Fund has instituted a Coding for Kids initiative as part of its overall ICT education and awareness program to give an opportunity to young people to explore the world of technology through learning how to create their own websites, build computer games, interactive arts, mobile applications, and animated stories. The Accra Digital Center has also instituted an outreach program targeted at disadvantaged youth in the Greater Accra region and trained about 5,000 of them in digital marketing and computer literacy skills. Several ancillary jobs have also been created at the Accra Digital Center, where 40 tech startups and IT companies are currently located. Through the Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT as well, we're developing e-governance software solutions for our own use. And they have also developed an indigenous operating system to be used in Ghanaian schools called Nyansapo OS. Nyansapo is wisdom, I believe, in one of the local languages. We've also institutionalized the Girls in ICT initiative and trained about 1,600 upper primary and junior high school girls selected from the central and western regions of Ghana in basic ICT and coding skills this year alone. Cumulatively, about 5,000 young girls have been trained around the country since this program started. But we've enhanced it to include mentorship sessions where accomplished female ICT professionals interact with and encourage these girls to take up courses in ICT and careers. Students who excelled, their teachers, and girl-child coordinators of the Ghana Education Service were also given laptops. And in furtherance of our objective of bridging the gender-digital divide, the schools of these outstanding girls were also provided with computer laboratories as part of this Girls in ICT program. The best of them also get to spend a week in Accra to experience women in technology at work, in their workplaces, and walk with them during the day. They visit several organizations where women in technology work, utilizing ICT skills in their workplace. And this excites them and encourages them to take up ICT careers in later life. They see them at work and realize that it's not just theory, but there are valuable, high-paying, and skilled jobs to be acquired if they take their ICT studies seriously. Last month, we launched and institutionalized the MIGI Ghana competition for girls between 12 and 25 years to develop software applications to solve contemporary challenges. I must thank African Brains, the organizers, for plugging in the finals of the MIGI competition in today's program. And I will not say any more about that, but encourage you to hang around and see what our young people can do when they're given the opportunity to innovate. I'm certain that this initiative will provide a platform to encourage our young girls to come up with mind-blowing innovations using technology. And with our help, they could even be developed into world-class solutions. We have a schools connectivity project under the e-Transform project, which we're implementing with the support of the World Bank. And we've established a campus network for 8 tertiary institutions, including the University of Ghana, University of Education, Winneba Campus, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the University of Cape Coast, Ola College of Education, Cape Coast, St. Teresa's College of Education, Hohoi, Sunyani Technical University, and the University of Development Studies. And more than 100,000 tertiary students and educators are currently using this platform. And we're seeking additional funding to extend it to all public universities in the country. We've also helped them set up a Ghana Advanced Research Network for the universities to facilitate their own research activities and provided them with high-speed internet access to do so. We've concluded an enterprise agreement with Microsoft to provide clean software for all public and civil servants in Ghana. And as part of the package, all tertiary staff and students will be granted free free use of the Microsoft Office suite. With the public servants would also have access to use the Microsoft Office packages, not just in their workplaces, but with additional licenses provided for them to use it at home as well. So we can clean up our space. Quite a number of people, regretfully, use pirated software in these parts, which also introduces all kinds of vulnerabilities into the IT infrastructure. And we want to end that practice. We're in the process of negotiating other enterprise agreements with Oracle and other software vendors to reduce the duplication, waste, and expense characterized by individual agencies purchasing standalone software packages. The Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, our Universal Service Fund, GIFIC, has provided ICT laboratories and network connectivity to a number of second cycle schools. And over 200 fully equipped community information centers have also been constructed across all the district and municipal assemblies of the country. They not only serve as centers for training pupils and students within the catchment areas, but they are also open to the general public for both academic and research or even entertainment purposes. Farmers, market women, traders, artisans, traditional authorities are all using these facilities, which we also intend to utilize as e-services centers to access all digital services from a one-stop shop. The increasingly affordable access to ICT infrastructure and services, however, has resulted in increased patronage of online studies across the country. And therefore, for us, the successful... Why does it keep going on? Therefore, for us, the successful implementation of ICT infrastructure for efficient delivery of education is fundamental. And we will recommend that Africa pools its resources together to build cross-border fiber networks. Okay. It's allergic to me. Okay, I think we got it now. Our recommendation is that Africa should pool its resources together to build cross-border fiber networks, share infrastructure, and develop digital literacy programs to facilitate the adoption and use of smart devices by our youth, teachers, and educationists. With all these digital initiatives underway, we will be foolhardy not to prioritize cybersecurity to secure the digital ecosystems that we're busily establishing. Regretfully, Ghana is only one of 3 African countries which have ratified both the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime and Electronic Evidence and the African Union Convention on Cybersecurity and Personal Data Protection, the Malabo Convention. ECOWAS. Okay, I'll keep my finger permanently on it. ECOWAS has appointed Ghana as the cybersecurity champion for the region in view of our modest efforts. And I'll take this opportunity to urge my colleague ministers here to impress upon their governments to ratify both conventions or even the Malabo Convention at least, and work to secure the digital infrastructure we're putting in. Our systems are linked and will be even more interlinked. And an attack on one country can and will affect us all as we increasingly engage across borders and work together. We're talking about technology. And so child online protection has to be of prime concern to us all as we increase the use of technology in education. We have stepped up our awareness creation and education on cyber hygiene and online safety for our students, and are launching a child forensics digital protection laboratory for the police next. This has been established in partnership with UNICEF. We're also, and all of us, have to prioritize data protection. Everything we're doing generates vast amounts of data. How it is used and protected should be of prime concern for all of us. And so we held the first African Regional Privacy and Data Protection Conference here in Accra in June. Data governance, analytics, data mining, data ownership is becoming a huge concern and opportunity as well with the growth of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things. Data is the new oil, we hear, and we in Africa must also benefit from it. But that is a whole subject I will not get into today. We need to be part of the global conversation around this subject and not just sit by and watch as our data is utilized, analyzed, and sold back to us in various forms. Ladies and gentlemen, ICTs will level the playing field for us and unlock our human capital. We need programs to enhance the digital skills through investment and public-private partnership to enable our young people unearth their innovative and self-reliant spirits. Together, all of us here at Innovation Africa must invest more in empowering the youth and support entrepreneurs and startups. I'll encourage us to consider adopting or initiating programs or competitions that will also unearth innovations and talent in the youth and young entrepreneurs. For in education and innovation, this Innovation Africa Summit is the foremost summit in Africa that has provided leading global operators and investors the opportunity and platform to engage at ministerial level. Therefore, let us advance the conversations and agreements that we have made here to realize Africa's digital and innovative aspirations. Let's bring our fragmented markets together so that we can scale up and build businesses that can grow and compete on the global stage. Ultimately, job creation is the goal. If we give our young people the right skills to enable them succeed in the digital world, they can and will provide the human resources for the global world of work within the next 10 to 30 years. You can take that as a prophecy, but we need to invest in giving them the right skills today. Africa has the youngest population in the world. They're hungry for knowledge and do amazing things with the little exposure that they have. They can do even more with the right opportunities. And we gathered here must work together to make it happen. But it's also important for me to state that without the requisite policies, which we as policymakers have to put in place to drive our various agendas, it will be difficult for us to move our continent to the level we all hope for. We must develop policies that support the expansion of education and ICT infrastructure in Africa and lower the barriers to competition. We need to make access to ICTs the focus of policy because it's so cross-cutting. We need to build the next generation of ICT infrastructure that will power the evolution of smart, sustainable cities and communities with enormous potential of creating digital jobs and assist us attain the sustainable development goals. Efforts like these will become increasingly important to help a hyper-connected and entrepreneurial youthful population on its way to the digital future ahead of them. In conclusion, as you leave Ghana, temporarily, I hope, since you were all invited to take up citizenship last night, and I can see you've enjoyed our hospitality a little bit, I'll entreat every one of you to use the unique meeting-based format of Innovation Africa as a basis for government, businesses, and civil society to work together within this our vibrant industry. In other words, innovation for our beloved country starts from the Innovation Africa Summit. I thank you all for your attention.